Hey everybody, how was it today? Did you go to a rally? Did you see the news with the blue tansy and rutabaga is back? If you have not done rutabaga and you need help sleeping at night, oh my goodness, you got to get that one. It's amazing. So please excuse background noise because the kids are playing hide and seek for a minute. I've got younger kids kind of wandering around and my older kids are gone. But if you went to a rally today, you are lucky people. I was watching some kids while we helped a friend move a piano. So, which I'm still doing now. But hopefully you saw all the great news. Hopefully you were rejuvenated and galvanized and you met some amazing people that are there to work with you and love on you and be excited with you and just had an amazing time today at the rally. Now, if you don't know what the rallies are, that is something Young Living started last year. Every quarter, meaning roughly every 3 or 4 months, I forget exactly, I think it's every 3rd month. So the next one will be in April. They do this one-day thing where they have special videos that they put together for rally coordinators to show to the people who attend. There's usually some kind of new product put out or an old favorite product re-released, something along those lines. The people who coordinate these work really hard to get some good presentations, both for builders and just for casual users. So they're really a very good way to keep yourself involved and motivated and excited throughout the year, since the big rally is convention and that's only once a year. So the rallies are a way to keep going even when, just keep looking, even when it's in between times, right? And especially nice like now when it's cold out. I don't know about you guys, it doesn't usually get as cold as it is here in Yorktown, but right now it is pretty doggone frigid. And yesterday I was able to wear like short sleeve summer shirts. So I don't know what the deal is with this Virginia weather right now, but it's killing me. So let's talk for a minute though about a different topic. The rallies are amazing. I'm super excited about them. But there's 2 things about it. First, if you are a higher leader, I'm going to say silver, gold, platinum on this group. I want to challenge you. This is really a video. I put invitations or something like that in the title, but I really want, almost buddy, I really want to challenge you guys. It's really a video about challenging here. I want to challenge you guys to be the kind of leader that you're seeing in this group. Ones that are not so worried about what somebody who's not on your team is going to get from you that's proprietary. I know we all have little tricks and things that we use, or we spend a lot of time and money and effort putting together our graphics, and we don't always want those shared and our we don't always want our proprietary work taken from us. I totally get that. Very much so. But at the same time, sometimes you have somebody at your rally who doesn't get a lot of extra attention, or they don't have somebody who's making those graphics for them, or they don't have somebody who's helping them out. Be an encouragement to those people too, okay? And go beyond just inviting them to your rally. Go beyond just inviting them to your class, because it's great to invite them to your class, but at the same time, if you invite them to your class, but you treat them like an outsider, then they're going to feel that. They're going to notice that. That is going to be very, very palpable for them, and they're going to still feel left out, and they're still going to feel alone. Okay, so hear that, because I have heard that feedback from people who have gone to some rallies today and who were, you know, they were excited going in. They were looking forward to meeting new people and to learning new things. And the leaders of those groups were a little less than welcoming, unintentionally, but because of the signs, some of the signs that were put up or something like that, don't share our stuff, or, you know, don't record our presentations for your team. Now, maybe you can say, please don't share these presentations publicly. I can see that. But welcome them in a little bit. Find a way to really check your heart on that, I guess would be what I'm asking you to do. And this part is just, like I said, a message for those of you who are silver, platinum, gold, or silver, gold, platinum, and those of you who are rising to those ranks, who are looking forward to those ranks. Keep that in mind. How do you feel when you are going to these rallies and that's how you're treated? Okay? So that's the first thing. The second thing is this. A lot of us are and should be doing classes, really regular classes, to engage new people, to get information out there, just to do 101s, right? And the big question is, how do I get new people to come? How do I get people to come? I invited 10 people and nobody showed up. I invited 15 people on Facebook and nobody showed up. I sent out text messages to 30 people and nobody showed up. Okay, two things. Hi, Diane. Hi, everybody who's on here. I know there's like 15 people on here, and I'm so glad you're here with me. So here's what I want to say about that. First of all, when you invite people, look at how you're inviting them. People like to hear a voice. Call them. Call. Pick up your phones. I know phones are scary. But you got to do it. You got to do it anyway. You got to pick up your phone, okay? Hi, Judy. So when you are inviting people, an invitation feels a lot more personal, doesn't it, if somebody's on the other end of the line, right? So pick up your phone. That's the first thing. Second thing, have a little compassion. People get super busy, so you might have to invite them 2 or 3 times. They might forget. They might forget to put it on their calendar. I cannot tell you personally how many times I've said, I'm going to put that on my calendar right now. And then some kid runs up to me. You can hear them all through the background of the first part of this video. And they say, Mom, I need, and my intention to put that on my calendar goes right out of my head. And I remember that it's there, and I remember that it's there, and I remember that I need to put it on there, but I don't remember where I saw it. I don't remember who invited me. I don't remember the information. And I'm always so grateful when somebody says, hey, don't forget that this event is coming up. And I'm so grateful when they call me and say, hey, I've got this thing going on. What do you think? Do you want to come? Okay, so that's the first thing. Invite on the phone if you can, in person, face to face or voice to voice, as much person to person as you can, because that's part of our community. If you aren't person to person, you're not really a community, right? Okay, so we need to foster that to get people in the door. Okay, so that's first. The second thing is this. You've invited 20 people to a class. All right, I'm going to be really blunt here, okay? I've been part of 4 different network marketing companies. This is my 4th, Young Living is. The advice in every company except Young Living has been coach your hostesses, because in the other companies that I was with, the emphasis was on retail classes. So like I did Pampered Chef first, and so we would have to do, the whole emphasis was on getting hostesses to do shows for you. And then you would have to coach them to invite their friends, right? And when you coached them to invite their friends, you would tell them you need to invite at least 50 people to get 10 people in your door. And then you would sit there, and there was like a 4-step process to coaching your hostess. There's the 4th finger. There was like a 4-step process to coaching those hostesses to get that many people in the door, because 10 people would be enough usually in orders to make it a qualifying show. In Pampered Chef, in Silpada, in Traveling Vineyard, which was the 3rd company I was with, all 3 of those ran on the same model. Young Living doesn't emphasize that model. We don't emphasize have a hostess do your show for you and invite all these people, okay? But the process is still kind of the same. Whether you are the hostess, sorry, the hide and seek game just ran through. Whether you are the hostess, if you are your own hostess or somebody else is hosting for you, you still need to be in as part of that 4-step process. And the 4 steps, well, the 4 steps, 2 of those steps are reminding them that they're even doing the show and coaching them. Have you put together your invitations yet? Have you made your list of people that you plan to invite? Have you sent out the invitations? Have you called the people the night before to remind them that there's a show tomorrow? That was our hostess coaching program. And the more you did that, I mean, if you were really smart, you added a 5th step where you were reminding them to do it again. Have you sent out those postcards I gave you for invitations? Okay. So here's the thing. If we only invite 20 people to our classes, it's not going to show as well as you want. So here's your challenge. Here is your challenge for your class that's coming up. Whatever class you have coming, I don't care if it's a Lucy Libido, especially if it's a Lucy Libido, because those can be so much fun. Right? I have so many ideas for that already. Just like standing here talking to you, I have so many Lucy Libido ideas, right? Debbie says, why does it feel like you're pulling teeth with some people? With some people you are. That's the short answer. With some people, they got to hear it again and again and again and again and again. Noreen Dresti's on this group too, and she can tell you that she has had people that she's had to work with. She's been with my team for 5 years. 5 years, right? And like almost since the beginning, since I joined. And she will tell you that there are some people that are just now joining her team that are, that have been on her list, on her contact and follow-up list for 4 years of the 5 that she's been a member. Sometimes they just need to hear it again and again and again and again and again, okay? And Karina says, create... I may have to go to another room. It's getting loud in here. Sorry, guys. So Karina said, create FIFO. And I'm sorry, Karina, I have no idea what FIFO is. So educate me too. What is FIFO? But you have to invite again and again and again and again. For some people, you got to be the squeaky wheel. And you just need to be that person. And we don't want to be, and we're uncomfortable with that. And so we don't. We really like back off and we don't say anything because we don't want to be the squeaky wheel. Do your kids do that? If you have kids, I want you to put a thumbs up. Fear of missing out. Yes, thank you. Mandy and Karina, you're absolutely right. Create fear of missing out. Can you imagine? Let's talk about, this is one of the ideas that just hit my head. I'm a brainstormer, okay? I brainstorm ideas and then I think, why didn't I think of that for my own class? Okay, so here's an idea for you guys. What happens if you get some lingerie? Not used, obviously. What happens if you get some cheap lingerie and you're doing a Lucy Libido class and you take, I don't know, let's say 20 pieces of lingerie and you split it into 2 groups, big pieces, okay? Because you want it to be loose. And you do one of those really fun contests where you have 2 different, where you split your guests into 2 different groups and they have to race to put them on. And the first group that has everybody put an outfit on and take it back off wins. What if you did something like that? Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be a way to kind of create interest and energy for your next class? Right? So we can go through all kinds of ideas like that. But if you have kids, I want you to put a thumbs up right now. I want you to put a thumbs up if you have kids in your house or if you have had kids in the house at some point in your life. Because I have a question for you people who have kids. You know, it got turned off. I'm sorry, buddy. I don't know what's going on with this thing. I was making a sandwich. Okay, so I see some thumbs up coming. Okay, now, if you have kids who, when they want something from you, a piece of candy, a grilled cheese sandwich, carrots and hummus, let's stay healthy, right? If they want to go to the movies, they want to go out with their friends, 9 siblings will count, Faith, we'll go with it. If you have a kid who continues to come after you like every 2 minutes until you either get frustrated and say, get out of my face, don't ask me again or you're going to bed, or you give in and you give them the carrots and hummus, or you know, whatever they're looking for. If you have one of those kids that is the squeaky wheel and keeps going and keeps asking and keeps asking and keeps asking, I want you to put a heart up there. How many of you have kids that do that to you? How many of you have kids who keep asking and keep asking and keep asking and keep asking and keep asking? See all those hearts, guys? Those of you who are watching this live, do you see those hearts? When your kid asks you again and again and again like that, who was it? I can't scroll. There we go. I'm going to scroll back here for a minute. Just for a minute. Debbie asked, why does it feel like you're pulling teeth with some people? When your kids come back to you every 30 seconds for something until you put your phone down or until you stop reading your book or until you stop doing your sewing or your crochet or whatever, you are the person that they're pulling the teeth of. Right? It's the same concept. You got to keep asking again and again and again and again. And you have to challenge yourself, because I know that's frustrating. I know that's hard. I know that stinks. You're like, I don't want to be that person. Okay? So here's your challenge. All right? Because I really don't want this to be too long. But here's your challenge. You've invited 20 people to your next Lucy Libido class. Okay? And now you know that you need to follow up with them and remind them that the class is coming. Ask them for confirmation that they're going to join you. Here's your challenge, because you need more than 20 to be invited to get 10 in the door. Okay? And you want a good class. You want a good showing. You want it to be fun. The more people that are there, the more fun it's going to be. Go back to those 20 people. Tell them that you're in a challenge that you are trying to win. And the challenge is to get them to each refer 3 people. And while you're talking to them, invite those 3 people to this class that you're having. It's going to be so much fun. This amazing person, that's you, amazing person, is teaching the class, and they really want you to come with them so that you can have fun together. They need to be invited to help you invite more people. So your challenge is to triple the number of people that you've invited. Take your 20, get them each to refer 3 people, and help invite 3 more people to your class. Don't worry, you're not going to have 90 people inundate your house. And if you do, what a great problem to have. But, statistically, 90 people aren't going to be able to come all in one day, right? So no worries there. But you're going to get your 10 or 15 in the door by doing that. So challenge yourself. And here's the thing. I mentioned a second ago that you are in it, to tell them that you're in a challenge, right? This is a challenge. A challenge doesn't have to mean that you're going to get a prize. The prize is that you challenged yourself and you rose to your own challenge and you made a commitment to yourself and you succeeded. And what if you ask all 20 people and 10 of those 20 say, no, I'm not going to do that. I don't have anybody. I'm not comfortable doing that. But the other 10 say, yeah, sure, I've got 3 people. What if that is this? What if that happens? That's still 10 people who each invited 3 more. So you've still gone from 20 invites to 60, right? 50, 60. It's very hard to math while I'm doing this, guys. Do you see what I mean? Do you see what I'm saying? Don't give up on yourself. Don't give in to that feeling of, it's like pulling teeth. I invited 20 and nobody's coming. I've had 3 classes. Nobody came to the last 3. I've been doing this for 5 years. Yeah, sometimes nobody comes to my classes and it stinks. And I'm like, man, I put all this work into it and nobody's here, and that stinks. Or only members are here. That happens. And when that happens, I'm going to look at my members that are there and say, okay, guys, we're doing another class in 2 weeks. I need you each to bring 3 people. And we're going to do something really super fun. And everybody who brings 3 people is going to get a free Ninja packet or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll throw some, if I have something in my stash, I'll throw it out there. But make it fun. So there's your challenge this month. If you have a class set up, double, triple the number of people that you have already invited. If you don't have a class set up, your first challenge is to set up a class. You got to do classes to win in this game. If you want silver, you're not going to get there without a class. Online class or offline, I don't care. You're not going to get there without doing anything to educate people. So there we go. I'm going to let you guys go so I can keep an eye on this sandwich over here now that my grill's actually on. And I'm glad you're here. Shelly, you're just dropping on here, so you're going to have to see the replay because I'm dropping off. But I hope this is useful. I hope this is helpful, guys, because it's not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. Does that make sense? Simple, but not easy. But you can do this. You can do this. You are capable. You know enough people, even if it doesn't feel like it. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.